Hello, this is Slow Recorder. Sometimes we stand in front of the mirror and ask ourselves, where am I right now? It feels like everyone else is far ahead, while I'm the only one standing still. That quiet anxiety, the fear that I might be falling behind. Here is a man who lived his entire life with that feeling, yet never stopped moving forward. A thin body, deeply carved wrinkles, and eyes that seem quietly sorrowful. His name is Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln's beginning was far from remarkable. A poor log cabin, the early death of his mother, and only 1 year of formal education. But he held charcoal in his hand and wrote words on the walls. While others slept under dim light, he turned page after page, filling not the world but himself. His progress was slow, but his roots grew deep. Lincoln's life can almost be described as a history of defeat, business failure, bankruptcy, repeated political losses. People called him a failure. His rivals mocked his appearance endlessly. When Lincoln ran for Congress, his opponent accused him of being an atheist and shouted to the crowd, "Everyone who wants to go to heaven, please stand up." Everyone stood, except Lincoln. His opponent asked, "Mr. Lincoln, don't you wish to go to heaven? Then where do you intend to go?" The room fell silent. Lincoln slowly stood and said calmly, "I do not intend to go to heaven. I do not intend to go to hell. I intend to go to Congress." The tension collapsed in an instant. Years later, as president, Lincoln rejected a secretary candidate after meeting him. When asked why, he answered, "I don't like his face." The aide protested, "A man cannot choose his appearance." Lincoln replied, "After 40, a man is responsible for his face." He was not speaking of beauty, but of the life reflected in that face. When Lincoln was accused of being two-faced, he said, "If I had another face, do you think I would choose this one?" But he never allowed his inner self to be recorded as cowardly. So let me ask you, what kind of life is your face showing right now? During the Civil War, Lincoln prayed every night in tears. He wrote letters of anger to generals who had insulted him, then locked them away, never sending them. He believed compassion would leave a greater record than rage. He appointed his harshest critic, Edwin Stanton, as Secretary of War, saying, "If he is the best man to save this nation, then any insult toward me means nothing." Lincoln once said, "The road I walked was rough and slippery. I often fell, but the road had not ended. I had only slipped." He walked slowly, but he never walked backward. Even in storms, even in deep mud, he simply took another step. As I close Lincoln's story today, I think of the next one, a man who began learning to read and write at the age of 98. While others prepared for the end, he held a pencil with trembling hands and wrote his name for the first time. At 103, he published his autobiography and applied to a university. His name is George Dawson. When the world said it was too late, he smiled and said, "Life begins now." I will share his story next time. Your days are being recorded as well. Even if your pace is slow, those honest steps will one day become the clearest proof of your life. This is Slow Recorder.